What up, everybody? Sorry, I had to go. I have a little sign on my door for my roommates. I always forget to flip it to say I'm streaming. Even though they know, like, most nights I'm streaming. In fact, it's usually all the nights, right? But, you know, the Germa, for context, I think... I can't remember which came first, the Germa rat birthday or the Germa rats from, his little movie he made. The rats. The rats. We're the rats. We pray at night. We sneak at night. We're the rats. I'm the giant rat that makes all of the rules. Let's see what kind of trouble we can get ourselves into. But yeah, he made that, and I think he made the birthday afterwards. He loves his birthday songs. And so Germa is the rat streamer, not like rat derogatory. I want like something peaceful, but I've started realizing like so many channels on YouTube are just AI. It's very disappointing. One Piece opening song piano version was stuck on my head for like a week. It's catchy. And this is kind of a spoiler, but you'll hear it again. Pretty far into the future, but you'll hear it again. I need to find some music. Also, every day I'm thinking about... I've been wanting to draw 50% in robots and stuff so bad. The only reason I want to... Okay, so my goal is... We're going to finish this African wild dog construction. And then maybe every day up until Thanksgiving. So for about 2 weeks, we just do 50%. I'm not sure yet. I'm not going to say that's a thing that we do. Because I do like my animal constructions. I love looking at little animals. But yeah. Oh my gosh, there's no way. I just have GPT-0 open right now. I'm just scanning the descriptions of a lot of these videos. Because most of them are AI generated. Anytime you see like a paragraph in the description of like a music video or music playlist that doesn't have like any attributed works by other authors and stuff, then it's AI. There's some like duplicate channels that just change their name but have similar logos or styles. AI generated. Like, I only trust music compilations now, or music playlists, if I know it's from a verified person. You're like, Kavel, why do you not like AI generated music? Because it's boring. It's not the point yet where I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm picky about music in the first place, right? We could do No Man's Sky ambience. I've had enough Genshin Impact for now. Maybe I should get into No Man's Sky again. I mean, the updates just keep coming. And I don't think I've played it on my newer PC that can like handle really big graphically intensive games, even though I wouldn't say No Man's Sky is super graphically intensive. A better PC, you'll definitely appreciate what it can do. And I forgot No Man's Sky is just a repository for drawing ideas. I wanted to get into figure drawing, but I'm not satisfied with the art book I have. Yeah, that's the hard part. Figure drawing is just such an expansive and vast topic. That's why I was saying, like, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave it to the professionals on that one. I'm going to find a course like Proco or New Masters. That doesn't mean you can't experiment now, right? Just, you know, the lessons you learn, take with a grain of salt. And it's the weird like catch-22 of don't develop any negative habits, but you don't know what are negative habits. But still have fun with it, right? Like art doesn't have rules. Just, you know, don't get so dead set on a habit or an idea that it comes to hurt you later. With that being said, everyone, hello. Hope you're doing well. It's currently 7:30 p.m. CST. I'm fighting off a yawn so hard. I'm fighting off a yawn so hard. When did I start getting to drawing? Sorry, the music I'm listening to right now has like talking in the background, and it is throwing me off. Stellar drone. Anyways, I got into drawing about a year and a half ago, I think. It was last summer, so practically about a year and a half ago. Or not, sorry, not last summer, 2 summers ago. So the summer of 2023? Yeah? Yeah, summer of 2023. So a year and a half ago. I did, when I was younger, try to get into drawing, as I feel like every nerdy kid did. I had like 2 sketchbooks full of the exact same drawing over and over again. And what's the really popular website where you can buy courses from? I bought a $15 course, and it just taught you how to draw an eye, and then I did that and then never touched drawing like ever again. So yeah, that's the summary of my art experience per se, is buying a sketchbook, doodling in it when I was younger, hating it because I just did the same drawing over and over again, right? What is it called? Udemy? Was it Udemy? I think it was Udemy. And then through my experience in engineering, specifically I wanted to go into mechanical engineering, so I got really used to isometric sketches and having an idea of an object. And I used Fusion 360 and SolidWorks a lot, which are 3D modeling programs. Specifically, they are CAD, Computer Automated Design, or Aided Design, which is, it's kind of like Blender if you think about it. It's just, instead of like topology and stuff, you focus more on additive and subtractive, so just extruding or stuff like that. I love Fusion 360, and so that's probably why I feel like I've had a bit of a better grasp of 3D structures. And then, of course, weirdly enough, I would say taking Calculus 3 and linear algebra are just wonderful for your perception of space. Specifically Calculus 3, multivariable calculus. Wow, this music's loud. Bro, I've been drawing since 1st grade, and you started 2 years ago. Compare, I suck. So first of all, rule number 1 of this channel. Actually, no, rule number 1 is like respect people, be nice. But rule number 2 is never compare yourself to people, or at least do it in a very guided and reserved manner, because it's so easy to compare yourself to someone who has a completely different circumstance, who have been doing things completely differently, is a different person. I'm older than you, right? Like I've had more life to live and things to experience, and from that I say comparison, it's a famous quote, comparison is the thief of joy. It really is not worth comparing yourself to me, because in my mind I could equally think that you're better than me, right? And so it's okay, right? Don't say you suck. It's not worth saying that. Here, I brought it up on stream quite a couple times, but I love the graph. I think Dio was the first person who dropped this in the Drawbox Discord, and I really like it. So we'll rant about it again because it's just so great. So this is not really, there's not science behind this, or at least if there is, I'm not sure about it. Is this the only one? I'm gonna try to find the exact one. Here we go. This one's a very popular one. Then your friend is very right. So this right here, boom, is a very important graph. It's a lot of words, but all you have to care about is these 2 lines, right? This line right here is how good you are at looking at other people's art and evaluating it. So you're able to say Picasso is awesome because of X, Y, and Z. You're really good at looking at art. And this blue line is you're good at making art. And as time increases and you can keep learning, you'll realize that it's kind of in flux. It changes with each other. So some moments you're going to be really bad at looking at other people's art, but you're going to be really better at making art. So you're going to think, oh, well, I'm really good. And then at other times you're going to be really good at looking art and it's not exactly where you want to be with skill. And so you're going to be so much better at recognizing where you're bad. Yeah. Also, what's up, understanding? Hope you're doing well. We're going on another rant as per usual. But it's a wonderful thing because it's hard to find graphs that I really agree with, but this is one that I've seen stand the test of time. So I'd say right here, you're probably wherever, but you're probably right here where, you're really good at looking at other people's art. And you're so good that you're actually better at looking at other people's art than you are at making art. And so, actual skill is linear. That means the more work you put into it, so long as you're methodical, you seek help from others, you're patient, it will grow. But that's the thing, you have to have those virtues. You have to be patient, you have to never work in a vacuum like Uncomfy says, so always talk to people, ask for help, especially get critique. It's so important to get critique, and just to keep on at it. It's a very, very important thing. So whether you think my art is good or bad doesn't really matter in the terms of your art, right? And that's how we all improve. Because I mean, if any of us constantly looked at the people who are much better than us and said, "Oh, I'll never be there," we would be very unhappy. And to add to that, at least for me, I don't pursue art for the sake of being better or worse than anybody. I pursue it because I just like doing it. The biggest part of the art, and I kind of gained this from exercising, is I get my... Oh, this is not the one we did the other day, but it looks like it. I get my joy out of art because I just get to make stuff, man. Calisthenics helped me in that because calisthenics is slow. You're not going to build a lot of visible muscle. People who do calisthenics are actually notably quite, skinnier. They're, just not as... I'm not going to say toned, but, buff. But what you do see in calisthenics is a huge increase in strength. More so than even people who may do... Okay, strength... This is I'm no professional, but, people who do calisthenics can do a lot more one-arm push-ups than people who do powerlifting. Because not only are you training different muscles, you're training muscles differently. But anyways, that all goes to the point of don't compare yourself, be patient, give it your best at all times, and have fun. Patience. What is the word called? Tenacity and fun. I'd say those three virtues / mindsets, you'll see growth anywhere. Whoa, we got 7 viewers? Jesus. Well, hello everybody. Yeah, these are all words that are recycled from those much wiser than myself. Anyways, enough of me yapping. Oh my gosh, we're on the pickle debate still? Cats, you have to accept that pickles are just okay. I hope by the eventual death of this channel, that Cat will one day just appreciate pickles as a good little snack alongside maybe a deli sandwich or something. But yeah, as for the daily rant, not much actually. I was talking about last stream, the quiz. I barely got to study for it, and I was totally prepared to get like a 30 or a 20. By the way, like a 70 or an 80 is a really good grade, and I got a 70 today, which was a top 25% of the class. That's the goal. It's a distribution-based class, so my grade depends on how much better I am than my other students, which is gross. Don't get me started. But yeah, so I've been just kind of riding the high of that all day. It was my last quiz for this class, and every quiz I scored in the top 10 to 20% of the class. And what's up, Luffy? How's it going? Don't spoil anything, Luffy, but Cat is in Innie's lobby right now. Or Water 7, I should say. I used to hate pickles when I was younger, and now I love them. I believe you'll come to love them too. Heck yeah, understanding. Give Cat hope. Instant denial, oh my gosh. No, they're awful. One day, Cat. One day, I believe in you. Maybe once I complete Drawbox, because we all know that's going to take 100 years. You'll like it. Water 7 is... Oh, you watch One Piece? Understand? You probably said that and I forgot. I apologize, but oh my gosh, yeah. Water 7, I think, is my favorite. Thriller Bark is great. Ah, yikes. You know, I feel like doing a bit of a longer stream today, guys. The pickle debate of 2024. Oh my gosh, if you can't tell, I'm very unfocused. Look at this line work. Yes. Okay. We should calm down. I'm just in a very good mood today. I had a lot of caffeine. That's probably not a good thing. You're on Thriller Bark at the moment, been procrastinating watching it though. I can understand. Which part are you? Don't try not to spoil too much, but like, where are you in Thriller Bark? Because it like really speeds up near the end, and it's so good. Oh, Cat's gonna love Thriller Bark so much. For those who have watched One Piece, Cat's favorite character is Zoro. And so that's why she's gonna love Thriller Bark a lot, specifically the ending. And she's also gonna love Water 7. Or really anything for the next couple arcs. Oh, really? I never knew that. What kind of, what would you say is like the craziest pickle type in India? Yeah, I expect some like crazy flavors. I'm about to say something. Mango? Okay, wait, that actually, huh. They've just made it into the mansion? Okay. So yeah, it is kind of the start of the arc. Oh my gosh, just give it like maybe 10 episodes. Oh, it's so good. It's not as good as Water 7, and I will say, don't expect, you know, Innie's lobby moment with all of them when they do the thing that we can't spoil. Chili. Okay, guys, yeah, so I'm gonna gross you out, so close your ears for the next like 10 seconds if you don't want to be grossed out by a pickle combination that I know of. But my state, the state that I live in, is known for horrendous food combinations. Not known like totally, but there's been some bad ones, and I've seen before a M&M pickle, and I will leave it at that. No more discussion on the M&M pickle. We will not bring it up, but I know it exists. Yes. Some things just should not be invented. No. I just love it. No. Yeah, not proud of that one. That's that's some of that dark magic that Clay Fiddly. Oh, for those who aren't there last stream, we made a character called Clay Fiddly. The official court wizard of the Cavalier Kingdom. Whereas like he has a bald spot with like a really tiny wizard hat. And his familiar is a bird that we drew a couple streams ago called Pilbert. So Clay Fiddly and Pilbert. You're the Sigma Alpha Yapper. Oh. I mean, I get it, I yap, but these these Gen X terms are... Yeah, Yeah, it's like Sigma and Riz. Like, is that all considered like Gen X? Or wait, what is it? Gen X? What is it? Zeta? Something? Oh, there's no mods here. we're one mod short. Mods ban these guys. I can put banned words, Gen Alpha. Okay, there we go. I can put banned words on the channel. I think I may just, the only words I ban is Skibbity and Riz. Ohio can stay. But yeah, that's unacceptable. Oh, another notable thing about the quiz today, man, my line work is awful. I'm too busy yapping. Was a lot of it was like guessing. Not like total guessing, educated guessing, but it was a miracle. You know what? I accept the ban. I'm sorry. Ohio here unless we talk about trains. You got autumn? Wait, what? Did you get auto modded? Because I didn't even see the auto mod. Why'd you ban Skibbity and Riz? Yes, so everyone, we're about to start talking about Don, so if you don't want to be spoiled, let us know and we can censor ourselves. I'll give you guys a couple seconds to let us know, but... yes, I've seen the latest episode of Don and I legit almost cried. It is beautiful. It is awesome. I loved it. I did not expect it to go from like super fun and happy to, I mean, it was still very beautiful and happy, but it was like make you cry happy, Disney happy, you know? This is not No Man's Sky music. Why am I listening to this? It's just so hollow. Oh my gosh, that's a retention graph I haven't seen before. Whoa. Where are you all? Where are all of you guys here? Get out of here. Shoo, scram. Yeah, let's pick out some better music. I'm also working on trying to find a way to get more music in these streams, because like the fact that we stream for an hour to 2 hours a day, every day, music gets recycled a lot, and I don't want to subject you guys to that any longer, so yeah. Oh, cool. Oh yeah, you felt it, yeah. You didn't feel that in the manga? I didn't read the manga, and I love this show so much because it's like Mob Psycho, but even better. I've said that before, but it's so nice. I cannot find... We'll listen to some Japanese Minecraft background music. Wild doggy. You guys will see the wild dog in a bit. Hopefully we'll do it justice this stream. Oh, yikes. In fact, I'd be very happy if we could finish it this stream, but I'm not gonna. A little bit better. I don't know. It just says like in Japanese character, like the title of the video I just clicked on is Japanese characters, and then it says BGM, and it has a Minecraft thumbnail. So we will see what's going on here. Nice. Wow, those actually feel pretty good. I'm gonna do a plane. I'm not sitting correctly. I always like ruin my posture. Very wobbly. Let's try to fix that. That was even more wobbly, but it worked. Nice. Literally thought the Japanese version of Minecraft had cut. That would be so cool. I wish lag didn't exist. I wish it was easier to play with people across the world. So many games ping is just important. In fact, that's what my quiz today was over, was networking. So like different internet protocols, mainly just TCP and UCP, but learning why you get packet loss in Minecraft is interesting. Ah, yikes. That's a bit better. Black Myth. Oh shoot. Yeah, no. My friends were talking about it. I guess I don't feel like my vote matters too much, or like it's a fair representation because I haven't played, I don't think, any of the games. I can vote for anticipated game though, because not Breath of the Wild, Monster Hunter Wilds, right? My friends want me to get it because they want me to play Monster Hunter really bad. And I promise you guys, this winter we will be doing Monster Hunter Monster Constructions. That is like a goal of mine. I think it'd be very fun. Had an offline. Minecraft does have an offline mode. Oh, wow, that was probably... Okay, I'm not gonna say the worst ellipse I've ever done, but that was rough. Yikes. Ugh. I played Monster Hunter Stories, but the other one. Yes. It looks like a fun game. I just feel bad for hurting the monsters. And some people were like, well, you don't have to kill them, but like I know there's some that you just have to kill. I'm smearing ink. Yeah. You know what, we'll do one more sausage form just to help on the ellipses, and then we'll head on over to our doggy dog. Do you guys have pets? What pets do you guys have, if you do have any? Monster Hunter Construction would be sick. Heck yeah. That does mean that we do have to go back into texturing. Texturing is a scary thing, but I'm still feeling more confident to approach it again. Your brother? I mean, yeah, that counts. Kind of. Do you feed him? Do you walk him every day? I had some fish growing up. Unfortunately, my mom is terrified of animals. Aw, I'm sorry to hear. I have 4 dogs, 7 cats, and a bird. I mean, he's alive. Okay, good pet owner. Sheesh, yep. Monster Hunter Stories mobile. Oh, okay, got you. The second game didn't get a mobile port. Yeah, that's a good way of thinking about it. Yeah, yeah, some of our cats are free roam, which we take very, very extra precautions to make sure they stay safe outside. Most of our cats are rescues, actually. Yeah. Not the pets, but the actual food for pets. Yeah, yeah, that could have been. All right. But yeah, I have a dog-wise. I have a Sheltie, a Pyrenees, a Great Pyrenees. He's my baby. I love him. And 2 golden doodles, 1 brown, 1 white. And then cats. I don't even know the breeds of cats. One is a black cat. Another. We have like 3. They're not tabbies. What are they? They're like gray and yeah. That's it. I will. Definitely, I'm not sure if you're talking to me. But I really wish I could pet my animals every day. But I am currently at college, and all of these animals are back with my family. But we will be seeing them next Monday. So I'm very happy about that. And I'll show all the pictures. The stream setup is going to change next week as well. I'm not sure if I've gotten that through. It's going to be weird, and we may have an extra day of it just being kind of me. But let's pull out our drawing of our African wild dog. The leg we did last night still kind of bothers me, but we can do additive forms to kind of make it work. It's very phallic right now. I apologize. I was about to make a horrible joke. I'm gonna get some water, guys. Make sure you're drinking water, treating yourself right, all that good stuff. Set our hour timer. And then maybe just do a bit of a brain break. I feel I did have caffeine today, which was a poor choice. I was doing it to celebrate. There's a tea shop and they have really good tea, and so I had some of it, fully knowing how much caffeine I was drinking. That was just an impulsive, poor choice. Sound like an old person. Yeah, be right back. Trying to think. I'm very TikTok brain right now. Tea is trash. Okay, I'm gonna have to do this one. Give me a quick second. Just banning cat real quick. You're going to tell me. You're gonna tell this man. Say that to his face. Say that to his face. I want you to apologize to this man's face. Make tea, not war. What? I can understand if you don't like tea. That is perfectly fine. But to say tea is trash is a slight against this man, against me. I'm not sure which one you care about more, but I would say Uncle Iroh is the correct choice. Yes. Boba tea. Black teas. White teas. Green teas. What is it called? The teas that are like herbal teas. Come on. They have caffeine. They're very... So, I'm not saying coffee's bad. Just coffee sucks without caffeine. Tea doesn't suck without caffeine. It tastes practically the exact same. If I bet if Uncle Iroh made it, okay, that's fair. That's fair. What did he? Was it pu'er or what? No, his favorite was it was a green tea. What was it called? Jasmine. He loved jasmine green tea, which I've had, and I wish I got a stronger batch because I make loose leaf, or I used to make loose leaf green tea. And that's how I got the jasmine tea, and it was not as potent as I'd wish. But then again, green teas aren't that crazy strong from my experience, so. And I am a nerd. Okay. Trying to center it pixel perfect. Come on. I think it's always going to be off by 2 pixels, which upsets me because it's an even amount that is off. Yeah, it could be 360 on both sides, but it's, yeah, whatever. Tea nerd, point and laugh at the tea nerd. I'll leave this debate in your guys' hands. I have to go. Alrighty, cat. Get some sleep. Have a good night. Have some tea in the morning. Wake up with a nice cup of tea. Cool. Okay, let's wait. Never mind. Wait. Okay. I just hit my I'm so sorry. We'll be right back, guys. Yes, we will be right back. Oh god. I'm back. Rats, we are the rats. Come in here to celebrate another birthday bash. What is it? I got that some part of that wrong. Anyways, let's start the timer. I'm also gonna pick some better music. The Japanese menu for Minecraft background music is not doing it for me. We'll listen to some Takatoshi Naito. Takatoshi Naito. I don't know. I don't speak Japanese. Okay. My ears popped. Let's pick out a fresh pin as well. So yeah, we are gonna work on this leg. Oh, I remember why I left off on the last stream. It's because this, what's the bone called? We talked about it the other stream. The bone that the calf sits on, whatever. I'm no bonologist. Oh my gosh, that retention graph just dropped. Let's see. It is called the tibia, yes. Not to be confused with the fibula. No, I'm not a bonologist though, so who cares? So yeah, it's this curving structure that's going to be right here. So we'll do some plumb lines mentally with the doggy. My main plumb lines will be how far it reaches outwards, because it's bow-like, right? And then where it ends over here, and we don't really have anything to define over here, so we'll have to use head lengths. We'll have to use head length to kind of discern this. I am a bit concerned about height, because if this is a head length, we're gonna be cutting it. We should be fine. So let's start by getting that first part of the bowed leg down. One kind of trick I'm going to use is from the back of the butt, how many head lengths will it reach? That's 1, 2. So it's a little bit less than 1.5 head lengths. So 1 head length, 2, because we know our butt is a head length, so it's about 1.5. So we're gonna look about right here, which seems a bit crazy. But we have to remember that this is going to an extended line. That line ends kind of right here. And then we're gonna have an additive form up here, because yeah, we only have maybe what? 1/3 of the head right here. So actually, yeah, 1/3 of the head right here is as far as the line goes. So it's probably gonna only go to that point. And that line itself is what, a little bit more than a head's length. Yeah, so take this. So it's gonna be about right here, which, yeah, so it's starting to line up with that approximation. And we know that's the largest part of the bowed leg does meet down here, so we can meet the difference and make it extend out here. The hard part about having our dot right here, though, is that means we need to make this not only curve out, but then bend back in. Because we did connect it to the ankle. That's what I'm gonna call it, at least. You know, this ball-like bone thing structure right here. So actually we may want to draw this first, because that is a pretty good reference point. What comes first, the ankle or the tibia? Tibia. Trying to think of the implications, because if we set up the what's it called? Ankle first. And we have a good, it makes doing this whole thing easier, but that means if the ankle is wrong, then guess what? We can't do anything about it. Same thing with the size of this bone. If it messes up, then we can't change the ankle. Meanwhile, if we draw this in the ankle, then we don't have as good as a grounding point, but we can adjust it. And so I think we should draw this one first, and then the ankle to follow. And what we can do to help ourselves is we can actually do like a dot or two down here to say where the ankle is going to be. And yeah, so the ankle from the edge to butt. Oof, that's a weird ratio. It starts, so if we did a line straight down right here, it starts a little bit to the left, just the tiniest bit. Height-wise, that's probably the most important part. 1. That's about 3/4. So yeah, 1 3/4, maybe a little bit more. So 1, and then 3/4, and a little bit more. Probably about right here, depth-wise. Do that again. 1 3/4. I'm gonna move it up a tiny bit just in case. That's very close to our estimate dot that we had earlier. One thing I noticed is I've made ghosting such a habit. Oh wow, that's actually like pretty much 3/4. I've made ghosting such a habit that when I have a calendar on my wall and I cross out the days because it makes me feel like I did something, right? It's really satisfying to look at the end of the semester being like, I survived all of these days. And I was ghosting while crossing them out. I've probably been doing it for a while too, and I didn't even realize like, oh yeah, I'm ghosting. Like this is not normal. So I'm getting a mix between 3/4 and that. So we'll say we'll satisfy ourselves with 7/8 and call it that. Actually, no, let's go 13/16. So one head, 13/16. Am I making that up yet? Speaking of ghosting, my lines are so wobbly it's nuts. Got any tips? I really wish I like recorded or wrote down a lot of my thoughts in lesson 1 and how I felt. Because like for me, it's now just a matter of slowing down. Number 1 thing I do is when I can't hit a line right, I make sure like my feet are flat on the floor, I got a good posture. My back is, you know, up straight, not stiff. Trying to when I have wobbly lines, it's sometimes a matter of a speed. So like, of course, when you draw slower, it's going to be much more wobbly than this swift thing. So not necessarily trying to be fast with it and everything, but just having a confident stroke and going somewhere and stopping, which is what crawling is. So that's totally helpful. Yeah, I wish I had more. It's become so implicit now. I don't really think about it. I would say just my overall thing is confidence over accuracy in the earlier lessons, because your goal right now is to try to just be confident with line work. It's okay if you miss the mark. If you have really wobbly, gross lines, it doesn't look as good. This is personal. I think Uncomfy kind of echoes the same sentiment. So, you know, I'd rather have frayed ends than wobbly to the end, right? I would say that my arm is never tense. So I started completely leave out my forearm by pushing my shoulder out. I don't know how to explain it. Oh, like, so like instead of, this is how I draw, but are you going like this then? Like making, instead of me being like, here's the center line of my arm, right? You're going like this, so it's turned inwards. Because yeah, actually I'm more like this rather than this or this. I'm kind of just in the between. I would say make sure you're not stiff, first of all. Like, I'm very loose. The only thing that's kind of strong is my fingers, right? I rest the bottom ball of my pinky right here, the knuckle. I rest that on the paper. And then I kind of just press these 3 fingers together a bit to give me a bit more strength. Not a lot, but that's probably the most stiff part of my body. A lot of it does come with practice and feeling what is natural with you. But yeah, sadly, the best thing I could say is just aim for confidence. It is kind of a weird feeling that you can't necessarily put into words. And that does sometimes develop weird habits, not necessarily bad ones. I wouldn't be worried about making a bad habit of having good lines. No, a big factor too, one thing that did change is I actually bought a booster seat for my chair. I am shorter, but like also my desk is just a bit tall for no reason. Like the average desk, I think it's like 2 inches lower than what I bought off Amazon. Kind of just show don't do that. But yeah, so having it at height where you have a 90-degree angle or less with your arms is important. And then personally, I have the camera set up so like right here, you could barely see it, is the edge of the desk. So I'm quite close to my abdomen. I'm also left-handed, so I was a little confused at first when watching Guppy do his ghosted lines. Thankfully, pins they can be used ambidextrously, so... But yeah, that must be... Maybe you could flip the video horizontally. Watch it that way. Oh wait, then all of his animals... I mean, it's not like the animals are going to be backwards or anything. It's just, yeah, it's a bit strange. Huh. Oh, this is a very weird curve. And then it doesn't really matter how thick this sausage form is, but we don't want it to be crazy big. In fact, we don't want it to be too big because it has to condense down to this ankle heel area. Yeah, just make sure your desk's a good height. Don't be flexing your muscles. Nothing really should be flexed at this point at all. I used to really think I had to flex like this part of the arm, the forearm. Like I thought I had to be flexed to do and be really rigid. Don't do that. Yeah, I feel like I use more of my elbow than shoulder. I don't know why people say shoulder, but maybe I am, and I just don't know the definition correctly. I'd have to rewatch those videos. Like right now, I'm using probably like 60 to 50% forearm. Actually, no, mostly. I'd say, yeah, 50-50, honestly. Then again, in this lesson, it's not so much about mark making. I mean, that's always the goal, but you know. So yeah, this sphere is going to be right here, which means it is at max right here. We can't forget that the ball has a radius. My thirds doesn't want to, or my quarters should account for that. So the center of the ball should be a bit above the 3/4 mark. So let's say even right here. I don't want to make those legs too tall. Oh, that's interesting. I counted 1, 2, 3, and if we go across, look at that. Whenever I mean, I could do... Here, wait. Give me a second. I have an idea. This is... Actually, it's not going to get everything, because I have a smaller desk, depth-wise, but here. I'm curious. I don't want to, like, go over the edge of my desk, because I'm wearing shorts. That'll just be a bit weird. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna put pants on just in case. For a second, I was like, I should mute myself. But I'm really like, you can't hear that my pants are off. I could be pantsless while I stream it, and you guys will never know. I just hope you know that. I don't know if that's a threat or anything, but another question, how often do you use other resources? I want to start learning anatomy. Yeah, that's a tough question. I bought the Scott Robertson book, I bought the Tom Fox book, and I bought another anatomy one. I think like right as I started Drawbox. Tom Fox book I really loved, and Uncomfy, if you look in the Discord, you can actually see that he has like recommendations and ideas for not ideas, but you know, just tidbits about. I'm also gonna take my hoodie off. Tidbits about taking other resources, like doing Proco, and it's a twofold thing, right? Because you have to think like, don't overwork yourself and don't try to overload yourself with too many concepts. Half of art is doing it physically, and then the other half is understanding what you've just done. So, you know, like, it's a physically hard task, and it takes a while to start good mark making, and then theoretically it also takes a while. My personal opinion is understand that Drawbox is going to be your major course of study, and any other book would probably be a minor course of study to either supplement Drawbox or to be an offshoot that you can explore. Just understand that earlier in your art career, maybe the concepts may be a bit harder to execute, not necessarily understand, but execute, or stuff like that. Okay, here's my full desk, like right here. Okay, actually I have like a half an inch, so we have some room. Hopefully like my beard hair will get in the camera. Oh. You got auto modded. Here, I'll show it. Dude, are you naked? I just have a pin and a pineapple, and that's all you need. Well, why did naked get auto modded? That's ridiculous. But can you see my hair? No, okay. Does the camera feel tilted? Sorry, I'm now like OCD about this. Anyways, okay, so now I'm like anxious about making lines. This is weird. Anyways, yeah, so just be wary of it. I wouldn't say it's the end of the world. Just know that Drawbox is your main. It's tilted forward. Here, wait, let's have a ruler here. So if I did like this, I'm not gonna mess with it. I think it's good enough for now. It looks flat, right? Oh no, definitely like, I'm gonna put my ruler against my screen. That's relatively good enough. But here, I would recommend looking in the pinned messages and Lieutenant General, the other general, or Pharaoh Speaks. We're like 20 minutes in, we haven't put a line on the page. And then also just use the search function in Discord and look up some keywords like resource, other resource, course, other course, stuff like that, because Comfortable probably has a pretty good take on that. So what is the size of the heel? It does stick out, and we do want the heel to be larger per se. For a head's length, this is where we can only be so accurate. I'd say it's probably maybe a fifth of a head's length. Yeah. So maybe a fifth from here. Gonna be about this large-ish. It's a bit okay to be larger. We are working additively, so it's probably better to be smaller, but and so I'm just gonna make like a little diamond out of this. You'll notice with the lines I'm about to do, I'm going to be using my wrist, because they require a lot more fine motor stuff. Is that allowed? I'm not sure. Like right here, I'm about to hit this. So yeah, we want to hit this dot as kind of like the apoapsis, I'll push it. I kind of want to push it to be a bit more extreme. Actually, no, because we're gonna have this thick line, straight line right here. So yeah, get a fresher pin too. I would think I'm sick or something. My lips have been like super dry all day. Or maybe it's the weather because it's actually cold for once. So we're gonna do this. And then swing back in, trying to be no larger than the heel. Probably at max. I'm gonna go to this point. Okay. Pause. I do like the cold weather, I just hate the dreary weather, you know? I'm a sunlight-oriented person. Yep, I've experienced that as well. 85 degrees and humid. I biked to class. Okay, so we had a bit of a weird wobble right there. This is a pretty arduous shape, right? Take a big sip of water. I've been thinking about getting a Bluetooth keypad and making like my own stream deck. I'll buy that for Christmas. We're getting stream up, so I'm keeping the same camera because this is 1440p 2K. I don't really want to stream more than that. We're getting a new microphone and I'm getting like actual stuff to make it sound better. It sounds okay right now, but when I talk too far away, if I'm not talking directly into it, it sounds a bit bad. And I just don't know how to do mixing. But we may have a face cam if I decide to. Basically, if I do face cam in the lesson 3 video that I'll be making next month, I'll do face cam stream sometime. Which we can just use my old drawing camera, the old 1080p one. So we have our knee here. We have to remember that there is a additive mass right here. So the ball's back here and we'll have something kind of bridging this. We want to sit back a bit and we want to capture this negative shape that we have right here. This kind of arch that's happening. Like a, I don't know. Oh yeah, and also for those who don't know, I think everyone has heard me yap about it though. We are changing the stream layout. I feel like it looks a bit childish. I don't know how to describe it. But everything's gonna be super minimalist. I'm a minimalist person. And so, very dark theme. We'll be in our edgy teen phase, I guess. I don't know. Okay, so I try to push it a bit larger than it should be. That's still about a fifth, so maybe it's a bit smaller. Now let's make this leggy land. And so yeah, I feel like I pushed this one really far over here, which was a good thing. And we have a lot of opportunities right here to kind of complete that form I was talking about. This leg, it's going to have this additive mass right here and then go down. 1, a 2, a 3. So yeah, it's about a half. Maybe more. Maybe it's another third of a head's length down. Yeah, it's about half a head's length down. Or so that's 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 total. So yeah, one weird coincidence is this right here. So let's say this is a head's length. This is exactly 2 heads, or 2 from this one. So 1, 2. I added a bit of a gap, but yeah, like that's how I'm measuring it right now. Maybe it's a bit less now. I'm getting a bit distorted. Ugh, mouse. Okay. So. Oh, we're close. Okay. Well, that's for guesstimating. I really want to become like wonderful at proportions one day. 1, 2. So yeah, that's and then we want half a head's length down. So we're going to be basically at the bottom of the page. Yikes. Which aligns what we've been saying in the past 2 streams where it's 2 heads lengths down. So that works pretty well. We're going to use this head's length. It's a bit smaller. Yeah, okay, I think I mismeasured last time. 1, 2, half. Perfect, yeah. We should be landing on this level, just about. 1, 2... Perfect, yeah. Okay, I like that. And then, it's always the widths on these more lanky fellows that is difficult for me. I'm gonna say it ends at about half a head's length from the butte. Maybe a bit less than that. So half a head's length. In fact, look at this. See, this is where I think the heart of lesson 3 is beginning to recognize relationships like this, where the foot meets this, and we create this beautiful kind of bow. I don't know why beautiful was the word I chose there, but this bow-like shape. So longest point, because when I said, oh, it's a half a head's length here, we know that, so got right here. And you're gonna say, Kavel, don't forget about the paw. Don't worry, I won't. Thank you for asking or for reminding me. Now this does seem a little bit long, so I'm gonna measure the paw itself. It should be about 3/4, which doesn't make sense. But look at that, it works out. So I like how I zoomed out the camera. I'm not even like, maybe I could like twist myself to show my arm more, but we're not doing that kind of stuff. Why does my hair look like this? I almost said fur because we've been talking about animals. I think I would have greatly regret saying that, so I'm glad I avoided it. So this one, it kind of goes back. It has like this shape right here. I'm not too worried about that just yet. I'd rather make that an additive form. The angle is pretty darn straight up. I'd say there's a 15-degree gap between here and here, so against the vertical. The Kavel website will have an angle guessing game. That's one of my goals. And it's pretty rigid. Thinking about it 3D, it's coming just pointing slightly away from us. So here would be flat. Here's a bit away from us. So we're doing that. Okay. These are such skinny legs. Remind me to never draw an animal with skinny legs again. Oh, yikes. And then we got the box. The box is pretty darn flat. We do want to beef it up, so I actually am going to extend it past here a bit. That's a goal. Height-wise, it's marginal. Marginal? What's the word I'm looking for? When it's like so small that it doesn't matter. Such as our YouTube channel. Not with the self-deprecating humor. Is it marginal? I think it's marginal. Cool. So, yoink. And this paw extends actually decently far. And I would say to this decently far. Like, that's just how I feel. Is my opinion on the matter. It extends maybe 3/4, but we are not like even half. Oh, that's no. Yeah, why not? That's a rough 3/4. I do want to make the paw seem a bit larger because I don't think we're gonna. Actually, we will be adding toes. So yeah, I want a firm, strong base. We want this to be actually horizontal, so we'll be right there. And yeah, we are angled slightly away, so we're gonna see this. So we'll see a slant here. It's going to be very, very minimal. So let's lay out some construction dots for us. It's not. This is bothering me. I feel like it's too back. Too back. I just got weird, like a flashback nostalgia memory. There was this kid who made like redstone Minecraft videos, and there was one where he went to space, and so I like tried my best to do it, and then it didn't work, and it's because he didn't fake his videos per se, it's just like he used command blocks, and I didn't know what they were at the time. That's my story for the day, I guess. Okay, so this muscle on the back of the leg is really cool to me. The hard part is making it sit on here, because that just looks like another line. But I don't think we don't really have a choice with this one. I did these kind of cup shapes. Not Stampy, however, I do love Stampy. Shout out Stampy. I was an OG Stampy fan. I'm going to have to dig for this because he was. I do remember his accent being more Slavic. Like a Polish or Russian YouTuber. Younger, definitely younger. This was probably 2014, 2015. However, when the video came out, I don't know. This is when I watched it. I remember I was on the playground once, and we had like a pseudo Minecraft club. Also, this should not have been that tall, but whatever. We had like it wasn't a Minecraft club, just it was a lot of kids who got together who liked playing Minecraft, and Minecraft was for nerds at the time. It wasn't like such a universal, highly experienced game. Or, you know, everyone plays it. And so like there also wasn't really, there was a wiki, we just didn't know about it. We're kids, come on. And so one day I like saw a build and someone had panes, like glass panes. I was like, oh, how do you make that? So I go to recess the next day. And they're like, oh, psh, you don't know? You take glass, you throw it in the air and you cut it in half, but you have to use a diamond sword. And I didn't know, I think maybe Xbox at the time didn't have glass panes. It was either that or like, I don't know, I just couldn't craft it though. Or like, I only realized like a year later when I actually got better at Minecraft, I was like, he lied. He just straight up lied that day. So, back to this. I'm kind of losing my sense of 3D here. I don't think this is going to be super exposed. If anything, it's going to actually be completely pointed away from us. We'd maybe have a slight visible intersection right here. What a jerk, you know? He got me. That's like your average kid lie too. So yeah, if we're going to cut the dog's leg off, this is another, here, we're going to catalog this because I have a bad habit of cataloging my little tips and tricks as I learn things. If you were to cut the animal in half at a certain point, would you see the guts above or below the horizon? And so that's where your contour line should be. It's a bit messy. I got it from the Tom Fox book, but it is a powerful method. I think I want to establish this intersection first. It's so marginal. I'm using that word too much. I think it helps us out. Nothing at all. Minecraft and cutting animals in half. And glass. So weirdly related topics. Kind of wish I made this less thick, or this more thick actually. Anyways. So yeah, we have this mass now. Or it's gonna go up here. We have to remember that this shape isn't completely round, it's a bit more flat up here. And then it's going to travel around. So around and then over here. We actually have to obey that, so. And there's so much like muscles happening here, but I'm just going to focus on what I can. We're going to need a lot of little construction dots along here because it's not like a sharp V that look weird, but it's not too deep in and out. It's this combination of the two that makes it look nice. So yeah, we're going to probably have this intersection right here. I want to start it on. Because if we start going up, then it's going to look a bit weird unless we go past here, so. I think going around for a little bit and then having a really high churn right here. Whoosh. It's gonna be nice. I think I did do a cool shape down here. Because, oh wow. Whoa, this intersection was much different and much more correct. Oh, I'm jealous. I wish we thought of that. Twice. Anyways. Yeah, this one goes like this and then out again. But now we have to obey this. So let's use our brains now as opposed to then. So I'm gonna go here. Nice. Nice. And then we have like a three-way intersection right here. It's a bit trippy. Now I'm going to use heads lengths to kind of estimate where these important parts are. So at one heads length down, we are a bit into splitting off from the main leg form. So we're going to be about right here. Let's see, do half a head's length. Half a head's length, we are practically at the heel now. So I have to just take this distance, divide it in half. And then we see a rather, so I'm gonna push this down a bit so then we can include more of the glute. And yeah, so it's gonna be going up like this and in. There's a lot of muscle that I'm kind of abstracting away, and we're just gonna have to accept that or add it later. I'm not sure which. Cool. This doesn't feel like a separate 3D form though, which is a bit upsetting. Yeah. The additive form up here will help, but it does definitely feel just really skinny in proportion to the main body. We're gonna do a forbidden technique just to see where we're going wrong. Despite the rather questionable state of this. I'm gonna stick with it because there's lessons to be learned here. Who knows? This just doesn't feel like it's wrapping around. I feel like I should have gone like that down there. Then we're gonna have a mask going on the front like this. We're actually not gonna see too much of it over here. Excellent line. Okay, that was much skinnier than I wanted it to be. Much thicker than I wanted it to be, but whatever. And then right here, here's the intersection of this. And we're gonna add mass to go up here, so we're gonna go up here. These are really small additive forms and they don't feel like they're wrapping around, but we're gonna take with what we can so far. Let's get to the next leg. So the next leg, we do have, so yeah, we have a bit of a hint. We know that, see this bump over here? right here. How it goes from being a circle to having this. That's where the next ellipse is. So we just need to do that. It's gonna be set on this edge just a bit lower here. And it's gonna be very sideways. We're gonna see a lot of this. Just check our existing one. Yep, good, right idea. We wanted to share an axis, I guess. Actually, bit of contrapposto, I don't know. Contrapposto? What is that? Yeah, height is a bit of an issue, and width. So we can see up here once this gets into the glute. Before that, when we're kind of at the belly level, I forget, you guys can't see me pointing at my screen. Right here is where, you know, this shape ends, is at the belly. And that's also a bit of where this ellipse I want to end. So if we go a bit below this, there's a very big gap. But height-wise, we want our ellipse to end there. You know, we want it to go right here. So that means we just have to fit an ellipse in here, which is awfully larger than I want. So instead, that can be, we can move the ellipse a bit higher, because we don't want this ellipse to just be so much bigger than this one, because it's in the distance and pointed away from us. We only want it to be a slightly smaller. So this, probably about right here. And then this part that comes from it will be leg form. My music stopped. Give me my music back. So yeah, it's gonna be very much away from us. Still in a larger degree, and I'm gonna kind of force that, but oh yeah, here, I'll try to fit my arm more into frame. That doesn't really help. You can't even see my elbow. Maybe I could scoot over just a tiny bit. I'm pushing it though. I feel cramped now. I'm in like the corner between my two desks. The shadows are all weird. Yeah, I'm gonna draw over here. Because the shadows aren't messing me up. I feel like I felt my stomach physically drop while doing that one. So yep, our leg is going to be kind of in the middle here, but I'm going to push it more like this. The ball for this one is a tiny bit higher than the one on the right. This is where we kind of have to mix relative positioning with the absolute positioning of the head forms, right? The head masses. Because yeah, this one just sits a bit higher than it, and let's see, the gap between them, that's about half a head's length. Everything's about half a head's length, I swear. In this economy. Yep, there we go. What are you saying it's 2 head lengths? It was a head length a year ago. Damn inflation. That was a horrible joke. I am so sorry. That just is one of those jokes that just I don't think could ever land. Okay, so we're gonna be about right here. Yeah, Dazzling, you probably should have stayed AFK for longer after that one, I'm not gonna lie. Oh my god, I don't know why, but I'm thinking about pastel de nata right now. The taste of it, it's just in my brain. Or like something like strudely almost, just cinnamon like puff pastry-esque dish. So the good news of this, about this, is most of it's going to be obscured, obfuscated by our tail. Not my tail. I don't have a tail in real life. Not yet, at least. Don't ask me what that means. I don't know. We don't get that like more stark shape right there that I was hoping for. How did I capture that? Did I even capture that over here? Oh, I did it with the form. Very interesting. So yeah, we know the edge of it is going to be about a half a head's length. So yeah, we wanted to be about right here. Oof, my eyes are getting dry. And then, yeah, we want to we actually want to bend it kind of this way. That kind of makes it feel like it's, this leg's pointing the complete. Oh, it is, so yeah. If we kind of have a C curve with the inside of the C right here. Oh my goodness. Okay, kind of, oof. This was just way straighter than I wanted it to be. Yeah, I should have made it go into the middle. That was my fault. It should have gone up here. Well, now we're gonna deal. So yeah, now we have, I'm gonna take a water break real quick. Take a mental breather. I just realized we gave him a little butt. Like that is just that is a butt. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. That's a bootay. Okay. So I know we have this leg, which lands at basically, I'll draw this one out for you guys because it's a bit harder for me to show you, but this lands at the top of this one. This one. Like this. So we forgot about the shark. We need to draw the shark at some point. Yeah. I want to draw robots. I want to make some robots. I don't want to draw a shark. I want to make some robots. So this one, it's gonna be a bit shorter. I mean, we have the point A and we have the point B. I think a lot of this should be boxed though. Let's see, we're gonna have like this part of the curve, and then we want this triangle. So yeah, this is really tall. That's probably half of it, as this is a lot taller than I anticipated. So I'm gonna move this foot up just a tiny bit more. And this one's gonna be just a bit more. This kind of gives it that forward-facing feeling, but I don't know if that's totally accurate. And so yeah, we're gonna have our box. Over here, we're gonna go off into the distance. It's not a two-pointer. Alright, we're gonna go off in the distance a bit, maybe a bit lower. Go up. There we go, I like that. I try to round the edges of these boxes a lot. I kind of fail quite a bit, but it gives it a more organic feel. And then we have the intersection, which this one I'm going to do a bit crazy. We're going to go like that. Bigfoot. Wait a sec. Cool. So we have this additive mass, which I kind of wish we did differently, but you know. I'm gonna assume we go in like this. You know, the tail's on the way here, so we kind of free reign. If we're to cut this leg in half, I feel like we're practically on the horizon, but I'm gonna say we can see the inside up here a bit, so. And we're gonna come towards us, so it's gonna look like it's dropping a second. We're gonna be back in there. And then trying to achieve this shape be difficult, so I tried my best. We kind of got it. And then we're gonna sit over this like here, and then we want to kind of spurt back out. Kind of wish we made it thicker down here. And then we have the mass in front of the heel. I kind of want to, you know, just give this motion to it. So we're gonna add the tufts that we see here. Could maybe done more with that, but whatever. This doesn't feel as connected, so we will add a maybe warm intersection right there, warm intersection right here. Narrow as heck, really hard to read. It was an experiment. I said I did want a longer stream tonight. We're at 127, and I did want to finish it tonight, and that's clearly not happening. Legs turned out to be a bit more of a beast. So in fact, I'm going to do the added forms that are right here and right here. I kind of finish out the bootay, and then we'll call it there for the night. And we'll do the legs and probably the back forms the next day, and then the face the next day, and then, or I mean, it's gonna be the weekend, and I have actually no homework due next week. That's absurd. I do actually. Ooh, I have a really big assignment due this Sunday though. Ooh, out of my head, out of my head, get out of my head, get out of my head. No, okay. Get out of my skin. What is this? Like, it's in the walls. Gosh, my little sister's so much like me. She's going through some of the same engineering classes that I went into. At my university, like many others, you have to, so you apply to the College of Engineering, and then your first year you are a general engineer. And then after that you get a chance of entering your major, which is kind of a ridiculous notion. You're telling me I went to all 4 years of high school, I did all my extracurriculars, SATs, PSATs, frickin' ACTs, whatever there are. I did all of this, and I've gotten to the college, and now I need to spend a year doing your weed out classes to potentially get into the major that I wanted. Anyways, so she's doing that. She's just as stressed as I was. And like, whenever people congratulated me on my exams, or like, oh, you're gonna finish this semester with a 4.0, I'd say hopefully, and she's doing the exact same thing as me. It's like, I was never confident that I would succeed, and I'm still not, even though I'm in my major. So this additive form is going to be interesting, because we're going to be going like this and then sitting on the ball again. And we're going to go, I kind of want to make it a bit more dramatic, because we want this line to go about right here. Go like this, or maybe even like this. So okay, let's think about where we're gonna land. So I wanted to kind of span over this, right? I kind of wish we actually brought it off the form a bit more right there. So these coincident lines, make sure we add that to the review book as coincident lines like this. Don't be afraid to add a little bit extra mass to create a gap. So yeah, we're gonna go over here on the sphere. Go over here on the sphere. That's, I don't need to tell you guys that rhymes. So yeah, my brain's telling me to go like this, but Actually, that no, because we said under here, which is the opposite of actually what I initially planned for having the intersection be at. But yeah, I kind of want to sit it flat. So we're gonna go that. And we're gonna have a similar one over here. It only goes about this height, so. It's a bit too high, but whatever. Okay. Very complicated legs. Very zoomed in camera. We're gonna bring it back to normal mode today. Maybe warm up, remind me if you're here understanding, or I could just do it for funsies and remember myself because you guys don't work for me. Yeah, this is just a bit too complex. So we'll figure out how to tackle complexity like this after we finish this. If we can go at these arms, so if tonight I can kind of ponder. Don't worry about it. Tomorrow during warm-up, I'll try to put my camera higher so we can make sure that like I maybe capture my arm during warm-up. I don't think it's that important, but it's cool to see. It would be good to see. And then on this front, we did pretty good with that negative space. Probably shouldn't have been as bent right there. I'll ponder this because tomorrow's 50% Friday, so we're not going to be working on this. I'll ponder why this is so complex, why it doesn't look right to me, and then we'll try to apply those lessons learned on these front legs. But yeah, so successful stream tonight. We have a very weird looking animal at this point. Yeah, it is kind of horrendous, kind of scary to look at. I don't know what's going on here. This is some like, what is that game called? Spore. This is like a spore creature. The word spore creature out of context, if you haven't played Spore, also just sounds horrifying. But yeah, so successful day today, as they usually are. We did something that we loved for an hour. That's our only qualifier. And I almost kicked the power button, or the power cord to my PC. So cool. Weirdly high turnout tonight. I'm not sure what's going on. Maybe people are getting out of school, or maybe people are just burned out like I am and just tired of school. I don't know, but thank you all for joining. Let's go through the rap sheet here. Of course, we start off with Dazzling and Cat. Hope Cat's doing well, and I think Dazzling may still be here. Good luck on your snowman. We had Luffy and Understanding pop in, as well as MCC Gaming. Best of luck on MCC Gaming's art journey. It seems like we're in the midst of something great there. I mean, most of us are, with all the talented people who pass by. I think that's everybody. And for those who haven't joined the chat, also thank you for joining us tonight. Hopefully you guys got something out of this, but most importantly, hopefully you did something that you loved for an hour a day. So yeah, I sound like an announcer. I know in like a year time, I'm going to the special Patreons at the end of the video. No, I know in a year's time, I'm gonna like, I feel like I have a YouTuber voice, or like not a YouTuber voice, like a voice that's made for YouTuber, but like a, hey guys, welcome to our 5th video, my Minecraft Let's Play, like one of those. I know I'm gonna regret it. I mean, listening to my voice already while editing videos is a bit tough. And oh my gosh, the music I'm listening to just had cicadas go off, and woof, that's some nostalgia. Oh my gosh, hearing a cicada in winter is a blessing. That is a weird feeling. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. Go listen to my cicadas, you guys. Get some sleep. Have a good night. Can't wait to see you guys tomorrow for some 50%. Thank you. Yeah, I think I put too much bass while mixing my audio. Maybe my next mic, I'm just gonna sound like a squeaker. Who knows? Anyways, see you guys. Have a good one.